Hi, and welcome back. Today's class is going to be an hour-long, mid-paced flow class. Lots of nice twists and bends and folds, but with a main focus on standing balances. So we will be doing quite a lot of standing balances, whether it be warrior poses or tree. There'll be quite a bit of it. So set your mat up so you can maybe just have one finger touching some furniture or the wall, just to help you if you're feeling a bit wobbly, unbalanced, and you just need that little extra bit of support. Have fun, enjoy the class, subscribe to my channel, get all the videos as they're released, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, give me some feedback. I love hearing feedback. Most of all, enjoy and thank you for joining me. So coming to lying on your mats, and you can keep your knees bent if that's more comfortable, or extend your legs long, whatever's going to feel nice for you. Give your hips a little lift, maybe a little wiggle, just kind of releasing any hip tension. You want your lower back beautifully resting on the floor, not arching, not pulling down, but just in a nice neutral pose. Tuck your shoulder blades a little bit in and down underneath you. Draw your chin to your chest. Arms by your sides, palms facing upwards. Close your eyes for just a moment and just focus on your breath. So take a deep inhale through the nose. Really fill your lungs, your chest rising, your chest expanding. And exhale through the nose. Relax the chest, relax the shoulders. In through the nose. Making your chest as large as you can, and out slowly, slowly. Control the out breath, trying to take longer to exhale than you do to inhale. And finally, relax the shoulders. One more big breath in here. And we're going to exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let those shoulders go. On your next inhale, bring the arms up overhead, fingers reaching up to the ceiling. Spread your fingers wide, spread your palms wide. And then draw that belly button up and in. Imprint your lower back into the mat. Your butt cheeks are going to lift. Lift one foot off the mat, the other foot off the mat, coming to a reverse tabletop. Now, super slowly with control, lower your arms slowly overhead. Take your time. Palms are facing upwards. If it's uncomfortable with your hands shoulder width, just bring them wider. Bring them as wide as feels good for you. Holding here for just a moment. And then slowly bringing your arms back overhead, fingers to the ceiling. Release one foot to the floor. Release the other foot to the floor, but keep that core engagement. Uddiyana Bandha, belly button drawing up and in. Now you're going to slide one leg away from you on the floor, pushing the heel away from you. Arms go overhead. Pause, flex that foot. Inhale, arms back, fingers to ceiling, foot comes back. Other leg, pushing with the heel, leading away, flex that foot. And inhale, coming back in. Both legs pushing away with the heel, taking a full body stretch. Push the heels away, pull the toes in, reach those arms overhead. And then engage that core, use your strong core, bring both knees into the chest, give them a hug, squeeze them in, maybe a little rock from side to side, giving your back a little bit of a massage. And then release your left foot to the mat, keep the knee bent. Right leg up to the ceiling, flex the foot, hand behind the thigh. Working on straightening that leg as much as you can. Push the heel up. You'll feel your calf lengthening, your hamstrings, the backs of your thighs lengthening. Push the heel up. And then on your next inhale, lift head and shoulders. Walk yourself up the leg as high as you can go. Draw nose to knee. Pause here. Can you keep that leg as straight as you can? Push the heel up. I know it's a bit uncomfortable, but working on straightening that leg and then walking the hands down, Release head and shoulders, hug the knee into the chest and release the foot. Other knee into the chest, squeeze it in tightly. And then extending up to the ceiling, push the heel up, toes are down. Get that leg super, super straight. And on your next inhale, walking up as high as you can go. Draw the nose to knee, bend your elbows wide, nose to knee, knee to nose, holding here. Keep that leg straight, keep pushing that heel up. And then exhale, releasing it down, head and shoulders to the mat. And grab your yoga strap or belt or towel or anything you might want to use. Bring it round the ball of the right foot, extend that leg up. Pull the toes down, push the heel up. And you'll be able to get your legs straighter here because you've got the resistance. So with the legs straight, I want you to squeeze the kneecap. And then I want you to get the sense that you're squeezing your thigh muscle, drawing the muscle down towards the hip. So really strong leg here. Easing the foot maybe a little bit more over the face. Keep pushing that heel up. And then put both straps in the right hand. Left hand pushes left hip down. Lower the right leg out to the side, push the heel away. Enjoy that hip opener, that stretch on the inner thigh. And welcome to those of you who've joined us again. I can't see your names from this distance, but nice to see you all. Holding here. Now engage your core, bring the leg up and over, straighten the left leg. Straps go in the left hand and your leg's going to come all the way across your body, coming down as far as is comfortable. Turn your head in the opposite direction. Easing things out here, and this should feel like a really nice twist. Easing out your lower back, your hips, maybe traveling up past the rib cage and into the armpit. And then slowly bring that leg back up and over. Bring your left foot up and swap the feet over. And you can keep the right knee bent or extend it long. See how it feels for your back. And again, we're going to work on straightening that leg. You want the length and you want the straightness. Squeeze the kneecap, draw the quad muscles down towards the hips. Push that heel up and away from you. Maybe pulling gently to get the foot more over your face. And then both straps in left hand to right hip, and lower the left leg all the way out to the side. Get that lovely inner thigh stretch. Holding here, don't let the right hip or right shoulder lift. And then slowly coming up and over, swap the strap to the other hand, coming to your full body twist. Enjoy that lower back stretch. I always think this is just, if you could do this every day, I don't think you'd ever have back problems. And let everything sink down. And then slowly coming back up to center. Pop the strap to one side, hug both knees into the chest, squeeze them in tightly. And then on your next inhale, lift head and shoulders, nose to knees, knees to nose. And then release it down. Bring your legs back to your 90-degree bend. So knees over hips, feet level with your knees, more or less. And just have your arms by your sides, palms facing upwards. Hinging from the hip, don't change the bend of the knee. You're just going to hinge from the hip. Slowly, slowly with control, lower one leg, tap the big toe. And just as slowly coming back up. Other leg, hinge from the hip. Really, really slowly, don't change the bend in the knee. Tap the big toe. And just as slowly back up. A couple more on each side. So as you're lowering, you'll need to engage your core. And as you're lifting, you're kind of trying to imprint your lower back. It probably won't imprint in this pose, but get the sense that your core is supporting the weight of your leg. And our legs, well, mine are super, super heavy. I must have very heavy bones. And then coming up to the last one, relax the tops of the shoulders as well as you're doing this. Hard to do. Bringing the leg up. And then just release your feet to the mat. Walk your feet towards you so you can touch the backs of your heels. If you can't bring your knees in, then just kind of caterpillar, wriggle your body down until you can touch the backs of your heels. Arms are by your sides. Draw belly button up and in, imprint lower back, and just lift your butt cheeks off the floor. Squeeze those butt cheeks. And as you exhale, release the bottom. Rock your pelvis forward. Inhale, flat back, lift bottom, come halfway up your back. Squeeze those butt cheeks. And exhale, roll down your spine, one vertebra at a time. Rock pelvis forward, arching your back. Inhale, flat back, roll up just to the bottom of your shoulder blades. Squeeze those butt cheeks. And exhale, roll it down. Keep that core really fired up here. And then release it as you arch your back, rock pelvis forward. Inhale, roll up all the way to the tops of the shoulders. Push into your feet. You want your roughly a clenched fist width between your feet and your knees. And then I want you to push into the feet, lift your bottom up. Really push into the feet. And then slide your arms together underneath you, interlace hands. Roll onto the outer edges of your upper arms and then push up through the feet. Push your arms into the mat. Really getting those hips up as high as you can. Hold here. Keep breathing. And then releasing the hands, rolling down one vertebra at a time. Control it. Keep that core fired up. And then when your sacrum hits the mat, you can rock pelvis forward and release. Bring the knees in, give them another hug. Another little rock from side to side. And then bring your hands behind your thighs. We're going to rock and roll up and down the mat a few times and then come up to boat pose. So a seated pose, holding onto the backs of your thighs. Hold. Nice control. And now you're going to roll back again. Roll back, feet coming overhead. And then rock back up to your boat pose. So a few of these, just rocking and rolling up and down your spine. Keep that core fired up as you lift up to your boat pose. And then on your next one, we're going to come up to boat and we're going to hold. So pull the knees into your chest. Draw the tops of the shoulders down. Gaze towards your toes. Point your feet. Look towards your pointed toes, holding here. Release one arm. Release the other. Hold here. Draw the tops of the shoulders down, holding your lovely boat pose. Breathe. And then crossing at the ankles and bringing yourselves to your comfortable cross-legged seat pose, whatever that might be. It might be that you're going to come to a half lotus if your knees are fine, or just crossing at the ankles, you choose. And then move the flesh away from your butt cheeks, hands resting on your knees. Draw length into your spine, really lengthening. Give your head a little waggle so you can lengthen your neck a little bit. Pull that belly button up and suck it in like you're trying to pull it into your spine. Hi, so welcome Anne and Ashley and Ginny and Claire. Nice to see you all this morning. So drawing that length into your spine, tops of the shoulders are down. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And as you exhale, just turn your head, look over one shoulder. Inhale to center and over the other shoulder. Inhale to center. Now lift the head up, stretch out the front of the throat. And as you exhale, chin down to chest. Draw your chin to one shoulder. Turning, lift your chin to the ceiling, to the other shoulder, and down. Big circles here, easing out the neck. And if you hear those crunchy noises like I do, they're nothing to worry about. They do stop once you've done a few of these. And the next time your chin is on your chest, pause, change direction, circling the other way. It should feel nice. And maybe just doing one more big circle here. Inhaling up and exhaling down, and then lifting the head. Just give your shoulder blades a little squeeze together behind you so your chest is proud. Bring your hands to heart center. Push those palms together, elbows nice and wide. Pull that belly button up and in and start to lift your hands. Really push the palms together. And then lifting up, looking up, your shoulders are probably lifted. So draw the tops of the shoulders down as you look up. Reach the arms, getting them as straight as you can, and then release hands to shoulder width. Taking a little bend one way, folding over, look underneath the opposite arm. Use your core to lift up and a little bend the other way. Inhale, lift. Imagine I'm pulling you by your wrists. Exhale, bend. Inhale and exhale. Inhale to center and then bring your arms to shoulder height. Palms are facing down. Draw the shoulders and arms forwards, up, back, and down. So we're circling with the shoulder blades, but using the arms as well. Big, big circles. Spread those fingers wider. Spread your palms wider. And then the next time your shoulders blades are down, pause. Turn your palms backwards. Bring your arms behind you, interlace fingers. Squeeze the shoulders together as you inhale, looking up. And exhale, hinging forwards, arms coming up and over. Inhale, lift up, lift your gaze to the ceiling. And exhale, fold forward. Squeeze those shoulder blades together behind you. Inhale, lift, looking up. And exhale, fold. Lift those arms as high as you can go. Holding here, pausing here. And then lifting yourself up, bring your hands either side, fingers facing forward. Lean back, pushing your chest forward, and you can stay here, or you can unfold your legs and bring yourself up to a reverse tabletop. You choose where you want to be. If you're in reverse tabletop, don't let your head fall back. Support your head with your neck. And you can stay here, or you can lift one foot, point the toe long. You can bring it up to the ceiling if you like. And release that foot down, reset hips up. Other leg, point the toe, maybe lifting to the ceiling. And release it down. And then draw your bottom between your hands, crossing at the ankles, either rolling over your feet to all fours or bring them out to the side, which I find more comfortable personally. And then hands are under shoulders, knees are under hips. Let your belly sink down, arch your lower back, get that tailbone lifting. Your neck is long, you're looking directly down between your hands. Spread your fingers wider. Make sure middle finger is pointing forwards. Let your belly sink down. Now rotate your elbow creases forward, arms are engaged. Inhale, arching up, chin comes to chest as you reach up to your cat. And exhale, release it down. Keep elbow creases forward if you can. Inhale, up, pull that belly button up and in. And exhale, release. One more time. Inhale, up, pause here. Push harder into knees, push harder into hands. And then releasing down to your neutral spine. Extend right leg long behind you, toes on the mat, push the heel away. Left arm long in front of you. Engaging your core, lifting up, bicep to the ear. Your leg behind you, the foot is flexed, toes pulling in, push the heel away. Hold here. Releasing hand and knee, coming to the other side. First of all, get the leg nice and long. Inhale, lifting up, push the heel away. Hold here. Draw the shoulder away from the ear, from the lifted arm. Keep that neck nice and long. And release it down. Coming back to the first side. Lengthen, lift. Now bend your right knee. Reach behind you with the left hand. Find the foot. Now, I often get cramp in this, and I discovered so do other people. So if you get a little cramp, just give it a shake out. Inhale, lift that leg up. Squeeze the shoulder blade behind you, getting that knee as high as you can. Neck is still long. You're still looking down to the mat. Holding here, balancing here, and release it down. Other side, length. Inhale, lift. Bend the knee, reach for the foot, and then arching up, get that knee as high as you can. Squeeze that shoulder blade behind you. Nice balancing. And releasing it down. Check that your knees are a clenched fist width apart. Hips are staying over the knees. Walk your hands forwards. And then slide them away as you lower your chest, your chin, your forehead, whatever reaches down to the mat in your puppy dog pose. Now, keep trying to get your arms as long as you can, elbows stay lifted, and get the sense that your chest is lowering down. You'll feel it around your upper back, around your shoulder blades. It should feel like a good stretch. Maybe into your armpits as well. Holding here. And then lifting your head, walk your hands back underneath your shoulders, tuck your toes, walk your hands back to your knees and just come to a little toe stand. So again, thinking about a kind of clenched fist width between your feet and your knees, and you can keep your hands on the mat, or you can come to your fingertips, or you can bring your hands onto your knees. Find your balance, look at something in front of you that's not moving. Maybe bringing hands to heart center. And then you can either use your hands and roll up slowly, or if you're going to join me, you're just going to come up to standing without using hands. And then everyone is going to join me as your arms lift up, drawing the tops of the shoulders down, finding that length. Pull the tops of the shoulders down, find the length in the arms. Take a deep breath in. Pull that belly button up and in, and then taking a little side bend. Inhale to center and exhaling the other way. Inhale, this time bringing the left hand to the hip or the waist and bending a little deeper perhaps. Windmill the arms and coming to the other side. So keep your core, your belly button lifting up and in as you move slowly from side to side, stretching a tiny bit more each time as we come to our last round, and finishing on the opposite side to where we started, I think. And then bringing your arms down to your side, shoulders come forward and up, back and down. Inhale and exhale. In and out. And then bring your feet a bit wider and just pivoting from the waist, just letting your arms slap out, lifting the opposite heel as you turn. See how that feels. And then slowly, slowly bringing it down and getting ready to flow. So we're going to do 3 rounds of Surya Namaskar A, flowing through our sun salutations with a few little bits thrown in and adding the standing balances. So remember, if it gets too much, take a child's pose, take a rest. You do not have to do it all. It's your yoga practice. So big toes together, heels apart. Arms are by your side. Draw the shoulders down. You want your neck long. 7 vertebrae in the neck, keep them long. Pull that belly button up and in, a little pelvic tilt here. Protect your lower back. Squeeze the kneecaps up. Draw your thigh muscles up and in. Inhaling, arms out and up. And exhale, spreading your hands, swan dive, hands either side of your feet. So bend your knees as much as you need to get your hands as flat as you can. Inhale, halfway lift, neck is long. Exhale, fold, step the right foot back, step the left foot back and take your plank. Lower your knees. Shift shoulders over wrists. You want to feel a tightening on the back of your wrist. Clamp your biceps to your chest. And hinging forwards, your arms stay tight into your rib cage as you lower chest and chin. Slide to your baby cobra, point your toes away from you, pushing via the knees, tuck toes, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts up high, 3-legged dog. Looking forward, step, or if it won't go on its own, grab behind the heel, move it forwards. Left foot joins it in your fold. Inhale, reversing that swan dive, lifting up, looking up. Pull belly button up and in as hands come to heart center. Inhale, arms wide, maybe a little back bend. And exhale, swan dive, hands either side of your feet, getting your knees as straight as you can. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold, left foot back, right foot back, take plank. Lower the knees, chest and chin. Slide to your cobra, point your toes, push to your knees, tuck toes, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts up high, three-legged dog. Look to your hands, step the foot forwards, right foot joins it in your fold. Inhale, reverse that swan dive. And exhale, heart center. Inhale, arms out and up for a little back bend. And exhale, swan dive, hands either side of the feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, right foot back, left foot back, take plank. Lower the knees, or if you feel like chaturangering, coming up onto your tippy toes. Hinging forwards from the elbows, your arms are tight to your rib cage as you lower. Sliding to up dog or cobra. And rolling over the knees or over the toes, downwards facing dog. Right leg lifts up high, three-legged dog. Looking forwards, move, step, or swing it forwards. Left foot joins it. Forward fold. Inhale, pull that belly button up and in as you reach the arms up. And come to heart center. Inhale, out and up, taking a back bend. Exhale, swan dive to your mat. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold, left foot back, right foot back, take plank. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Cobra or up dog. In up dog, knees are lifted, remember? And exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts. Look forward, sweep it between your hands. Right foot joins it in your fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Exhale, heart center. Slowing this round down. Inhale, arms out and up. Pause in your back bend. Pull that belly button up and in. Turning the palms outwards slowly, slowly. Swan dive. Hands either side of the feet or in front, a little way in front. If you want to jump back, you can either step back 1 foot at a time or bend your knees. Get your weight onto your hands. Look forward as you inhale. As you exhale, jump back, take your plank. Knees, chest, chin, or slow chaturanga. Give it a try. Slowly coming down. Inhaling cobra or up dog and pause here. Have a little peek over one shoulder. Have a little peek over the other shoulder. Rolling over your knees or over your toes, downward facing dog. Give your legs a pedal here. Push one heel to the mat and then the other, bending the opposite knee. Releasing in those hamstrings. And then push into your hands, chest towards thighs. Right leg lifts up as you inhale. Look between your hands and you're going to sweep or move the foot between your hands and lower the left knee. Nice. Now you can, if you've got yoga blocks and you want to put them either side, you can put your hands on your blocks. If you don't have them, maybe fingertips to the mat and just sink a little bit deeper. Option 1. Option 2 is lifting the knee. Option 3 is hands on the right knee, heel is lifted on the left leg. And option 4 is coming to your lunge. So choose which option is going to feel nicest for you. If arms are lifted, get that back leg straight, squeeze the kneecap, straightening that leg, pushing the heel away. Very nice. And then hands either side of right foot, step back, take your plank. Knees, chest, chin, or really slow chaturanga. Arms are tightly against your rib cage as you slowly lower. Cobra or up dog. Meeting in down dog. And left leg lifts up high, three-legged dog. Just a little teaching point here. When you're in a three-legged dog, I want you to think about pulling the lifted leg hip down and the standing leg hip back. So your hips are level. Lifting the leg, the left leg, lifting the leg up higher, pushing your chest closer to thigh and lowering the heel as much as you can. And then looking forward, step or move the foot between your hands. Lower the right knee, flatten the right foot. Taking your option 1, knee is down, and you're getting a lovely front of the hip stretch. Option 2, lifting the knee. Option 3, hands on the thigh. And of course, option 4, arms are lifting. If arms are lifted, straighten the arms.
Pull the tops of the shoulders down. Look up between your hands. Straighten that back leg. Squeeze the kneecap. Holding here. Getting that right leg as straight as you can. And then hands either side of left foot. Step back. Take plank. Hold plank. Walk your toes in. Push the heels away. If it's too much, bring your knees down. You do your practice at your level. And then lower the left knee. Bring the left foot behind you. Right arm lifting in a supported side plank. You can stay here. You could bring the right arm up and over, bring the bicep to your ear. Get a lovely stretch down the right side. You can lift the right leg, flex the foot, and then push the heel away, reach the arm long. Nice. Feel that lovely stretch through the waist, the rib cage. Hold. And then flipping back, taking your plank. Reset your plank. Right knee down, right knee behind you. Left arm lifts. Stay here. Or arm goes long, bicep to ear. Stay here. Or lift that left leg, push the heel away. Reach the arm, push the heel away. Get that lovely stretch all down your left side. Holding here. And then hands to the mat, take plank. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga as you lower. Cobra or up dog. And we'll meet in a downward facing dog. Give your heels a pedal. We're going to have a little rest in a moment, I promise. Pedal those legs. And then right leg lifts up high, three-legged dog. Looking forward, step, sweep, or move it between your hands. Lower your left heel, and we're coming up warrior one. So thinking about your train tracks, so you can bring your hips forward, shoulders forward, and then maybe sliding the back leg or the front foot away, getting a really nice, deep, long stride. Jumpers are coming off. People are warming up in London. Excellent. Bringing your hips and shoulders forward. Pause. And then bending and straightening that front knee. You're aiming for a 90-degree bend. Don't let your knee come in front of the ankle. Check you can see your big toe. Keeping hips and shoulders forward, releasing your arms up, looking up to the ceiling. Pull the tops of the shoulders down. Sink a little deeper, dropping down through your hips, holding here. Hold, breathe, and then bringing your arms out to the side, interlace fingers, squeeze shoulders together as you look up. Coming forwards over the thigh, either resting on the thigh or bringing yourself inside the thigh, arms coming up and over, holding here. Release the hands either side of right foot, step back, take your plank. Hold plank. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Cobra or up dog. And meeting in downward facing dog. Left leg lifts up high, three-legged dog. Looking forward, step, sweep, or move it between your hands. Coming up, warrior one on the other side. Left foot forwards. Hips and shoulders coming forward because your feet are on parallel train tracks. Bending and straightening. Sinking nice and deep into the pose. Check. You can see that big toe. Lifting the arms up, looking up, pull the tops of the shoulders down, holding here. Breathing here. And then arms coming behind you, interlace fingers, squeeze those shoulder blades together, and then folding forwards onto the thigh or inside the thigh. Arms coming up and over as you look towards your back foot. Hold here. Releasing the hands, step back, take your plank, drop your knees, flatten your feet, lower your hips down, lower the forearms, and you can stay with knees together or bring the knees wide. You can keep the arms in front of you or bring them behind you. You choose what's going to be most comfortable for your body right now. Relax the shoulders here. Let the hips sink down towards your heels. Calming your breath. Breathe. And then lift your head. Reach your arms as long as they'll go. Check hands are shoulder width. Spread fingers really wide. Tuck toes underneath you. And we're coming back, downward facing dog. Hopefully your feet are roughly a clenched fist width apart. If they're not, just adjust your feet. Look at your hands. Are they your shoulder width? Push into the hands. Get your chest closer to your thighs. Hold here. Sink the heels down a little bit. And then lift that right leg up high, three-legged dog. Again, think about leveling your hips, lifting the leg, pushing chest to thigh, and lowering the heel. Look forward, step, sweep, or move your foot between your hands, coming up, warrior two. Now, if you've got your yoga block or a book or something handy, and you want to put it somewhere near your front foot, you might need it, you might not. See how it goes. So setting up your warrior two, it's a tightrope that you're standing on. So your front foot heel goes in a straight line and cuts through the middle of your back foot. Front foot toes pointing forwards, back foot angled. So toes are cutting in, heel is further back. Shoulders over hips, arms reach out, long arms. So really stretch the arms, engage your muscles, spread your fingers, and then bending and straightening a couple of times, adjusting your feet if you need to sink into your deep warrior two. Now, people often lean forwards in warrior two. Don't do that. Shoulders are staying over hips. You're going forward through the knee. Try not to let the knee go in front of the ankle, and then gaze towards that front middle finger. Relax the tops of the shoulders, but arms are strong. Sink a little deeper. And then flipping your right palm. Lifting up, reversing your warrior, coming up and over. Holding here. And then back to your beautiful warrior twos. Forearm to thigh, left arm lift, side angle. You can stay here. Or if you want to, you can bring your hand down onto a block and find your side angle. Or you can, if you can get your hand flat on the mat, turn your top hand so the palm is facing away from you. Bending at the elbow, bring your hand behind you, back of the hand to the right hip. Right arm underneath and find your bind. Holding here, draw that left shoulder back if you're binding. Hold, breathe. Nice. And then release the right hand. Now, if you've got your block, come onto the block. If you don't have a block, have your fingertips on the floor. Start to straighten that right knee. Lift the left arm. We're coming straight to a triangle. Trikonasana. So you're looking for your 6 o'clock arms. You're looking to draw the left shoulder, the left hip back. Holding here, breathing here. And then bring that left hand down. Bring your hands either side of your front foot. Draw the right hip back. Get both legs completely straight. Pyramid pose, elbows wide as you fold over that right thigh. Keep that leg as straight as you can. I know it's a bit ouchy, possibly behind the thigh, but bear with it. Squeeze the kneecap. Holding here, letting everything sink out a little bit here. Now bend that right knee. Grab your block or book. We're coming into a half moon pose. So you'll want the block or book in your right hand. Left hand comes to left hip. Step your back foot in a little bit and come upright, holding onto your block or book. So you want your weight all on your right foot. Lift the left heel. Look in front of you, holding your block. And you're going to hinge, lifting your left leg. Slowly, slowly coming forwards till the block hits the ground. If you don't have a block, just bring your fingertips to the ground. Flex that left leg behind you, lift the left arm. Whoopsie. And if you overbalance, just come straight back into it. You can stay here. If you want to turn your head, do so really slowly. Imagine a ball rolling on the floor in front of you. Follow as it rolls along the floor. And then follow as it starts to travel up into the air until you're looking straight in front of you. Hips are stacked, shoulders are stacked like you're trapped between two glass walls. Holding here, breathing here. And to come out of it, microbend the standing leg and just bring yourselves up. Grab your block, pivot on your feet. We're going to do all of that on the other side. So get those legs in a nice long stride, imagining you're on your tightrope. Shoulders over hips. Arms reach out, spread the fingers, long arms, and then bending and straightening. a few times, maybe adjusting your feet on the mat and sinking into your beautiful warrior twos. Check your back arm is the same height as your front arm. Spread the fingers, spread the palms, and then gazing towards your left middle finger, holding here, sinking deeper. Squeeze that right kneecap, keep that right leg as straight as you can. Reach the arms longer, draw the tops of the shoulders down. Flip your left hand, reversing that warrior, up and over. Nice. And coming back to your warrior two. Forearm to thigh, right arm lifts, option 1. Option 2, hands on a block. Option 3, hand flat to the floor. Turn your right palm to face back, bending at the elbow. Left arm comes underneath you, finding your bind. You don't have to do the bind, you can stay here. You choose what works best for you. But nice binds, amazing. Holding here. And then keeping the left hand down, straighten your right leg. Put your hand on a block or come to fingertips on the floor. Imagining getting both shoulders, both hips flat against that wall behind you. Both legs as straight as you can. Trikonasana, triangle. Holding here. And then slowly bring the right arm down. Hands either side of your left foot. Draw both legs completely straight. You're trying to keep both heels on the mat. Elbows come wide as you lower down, nose heading to knee. Pyramid, holding here. And then bend that left knee. Grab your block in your left hand. Step your right foot in a bit. Hand onto hip. And you can either lift up and then come into it, or you can, if you want to, come into it from your pyramid pose, lifting that right leg up behind you. And then rotate the hip open. Right arm lifting up, finding your beautiful, beautiful half moon poses. Flex that right foot. And if you want to turn your head, do it slowly, because if you do it quickly, you'll fall. But imagine that ball rolling along the floor in front of you. Slowly, slowly turning the head. And then really slowly starting to lift the gaze until you're looking straight in front of you. Hold, breathe. And then micro bend the standing leg and coming back upright. Well done. That's quite a strong one. And then just give everything a little bit of a shake, a little wibble bobble as we come to our sequence of standing balances. You might need a strap. We're doing the Ashtanga leg raise. Just have it nearby in case you need it, and make sure you've got a wall or a door or some furniture that you can just tap with one finger to get your balance. And then we're going to start off standing on the right foot. We're going to come to tree pose first of all. So option 1 is heel to ankle, big toe on the floor. You're already challenging your sense of balance doing this. Option 2, foot to the inner calf under the knee, or option 3, foot to the inner thigh above the knee. And if you wobble, touch the wall. Firm up your core. A strong core is going to help you with your balance. And look at something on the floor in front of you that's not moving. Bringing your hands to heart center, find your balance here, and you might want to stay here. Or you can grow your branches, joining thumb and index finger in Jin Mudra. Draw the tops of the shoulders down and find your balance here. If you want to challenge yourself, you can try closing one eye and then opening. Try closing the other eye and opening. And here's the thing, you can either close both eyes or try this. Fix your gaze on a spot in front of you, and then imagine that ball rolling closer towards your standing leg. And your eyes are just going to start to kind of half close, because you're not moving your head, just the eyes, as you start to follow that imaginary ball until it's kind of almost near your foot. So your eyes are half closed, and you're finding your balance here like this. Holding here, breathing here. And then slowly bringing your hands to heart center. Bring the knee forward, interlace hands, and bring that knee up as high as it will go. Hold onto the left knee with the left hand to right hip. and bring your hip open and closed. A couple of rounds of just gently opening the hip. And you can stay here, right arm out as a counterbalance if that helps. Or you can reach for that big toe if you can grab it. Maybe this is enough, just holding the big toe. Or maybe extending the leg and maybe bringing it out to the side. You see what feels good for you. We're all at different levels. Holding here, finding your balance. Don't watch the screen because if people move, it will put you off. And to come out of it, bending the knee, give it another hug, squeeze it up and in, and give it a release, and everything a little bit of a shake. Getting ready for the other side. And remember, in yoga, each side is different. So you're going to be stronger, more flexible on one side than the other. So finding your balance on your standing leg, heel to ankle, foot to the inner calf, or foot to the inner thigh. Hands to heart center as you find your balance. Arms reaching up, growing your branches, tops of the shoulders are coming down. Find your balance here. Really nice. Holding here, breathing here. Amazing. Closing one eye and opening. Closing the other eye. I know the minute you start closing your eyes, your balance goes. Maybe closing both eyes or use the trick of following the rolling ball as it slowly rolls towards you. And it kind of shuts off your peripheral vision a bit, which will help you to balance a little bit more. And then opening the eyes, releasing the hands, bring the knee into the chest. Give it a squeeze. And if you wobble, I always wobble in this one, holding it in here. Opposite hand to hip and just coming to a little hip opener. Very nice. And this is a really good practice to do. You could do it while you're brushing your teeth. Just standing on one leg and doing your hip opener. And you can stay here with the knee bent, or you can reach for that big toe. Oh, this is my weak side. Holding that big toe, extending that leg nice and long, perhaps, and perhaps coming out to the side. Opposite arm as a counterbalance, finding your balance, holding here. I know it's hard. Reaching, straightening that leg as much as you can. Straighten those knees a little bit more, those of you in full balance. And then releasing, hug the knee in one more time. Release it, giving everything a shake. So we're going to come to dancer's pose next. And I've been teaching in live classes that people should stand so they could actually reach the furniture or the wall with one hand to help them with balance. If you want to use your strap to get your leg up behind you, you'll just need it underneath your foot and over the shoulder so you can get it lifted. If you know you can reach your foot, then you don't need the strap. So starting on the right leg, bring yourself nice and grounded. Lift the toes, spread them wide, place them down. Standing on your right foot, bending the left knee, grabbing hold of that left foot, or use the strap. Bring the knees back together to start. Right arm lifts. And then hinging from the hip, reaching long in front of you. Get that knee lifted. We did a version of this on all fours. Reaching up, get that standing leg as straight as you can. Hold here. Breathe here. I know, I know. And then slowly release. Keep hold of the foot for a moment. Bring the knee up, hug it into the chest. Keep the knee lifted, hands on hips. Extend your leg long. Write your name with your big toe. Keep that leg lifted, don't let it sink down. And bend the knee, release it down. Coming to the other side, either with or without the strap. Ground yourself, lift your toes, spread them wide. Bringing the feet down, bringing the right foot up behind you, find your balance, knees together, left arm lifts, join thumb and index finger, Jin Mudra. And again, hinging forwards, coming as deep as you can. Look at something on the floor that's not moving. That really helps with balance. Get that knee lifted, reach the arm further, straightening that standing leg as much as you can. Hold, breathe. And super slowly with control, release it, bring the knee up to the chest. High knees, hands to hips, leg extends long, write your name. If you've got a short name, much easier. So I'm assuming Valerie will be Val. Hold, breathe, and release. Give those legs a nice little waggle. And coming to our coconut tree. So the wider your feet are, the easier the balance, because you're more grounded. The closer together, the harder it is. So you choose your option. Bringing hands to heart center. Ground down through the feet, lift the toes, spread them really wide. Put just the big toe down, just the big toe. All the other toes are lifting up high, spreading wide. Lift the big toe. Pinky toes, just your little toes down. Lift, put the big toes down, place all the toes down. Find your standing strength. Interlace fingers, push palms away. Arms lift up, pull the tops of the shoulders down. Now pull that belly button up and in. Squeeze the kneecaps as you start to come forward onto the balls of your feet. Starting to lift, coming up higher, coming up onto tiptoes. Push those palms up and away from you. Find your balance here. If you want to close your eyes, feel free. I think I would fall over. But give yourself a challenge, holding here. Pull that belly button up really tightly. Keep the heels lifted as the arms release. Arms coming out to shoulder height. W shape your arms, joining thumb and index finger. Micro bend your knees. Lift the left heel off the mat. Lift the left foot off the mat. Start to turn. Looking over that right shoulder. Bend the standing leg. Flex your lifted left foot. Dancing Lord Shiva. Hold here. Look at something that's not moving over your shoulder. Hold. Bend the standing leg a bit more. Flex the left foot a bit more. And then straightening the standing leg, coming back to center and release. Give your shoulders a little shrug. And then reset for coconut tree. Inner edges of your feet parallel. Hip width wider, narrower, your choice. Hands to heart center. Interlace fingers. The other way. So interlace in the way that feels a bit weird. Push palms away. Lifting the arms up, tops of the shoulders are down as you come up to your toe balance here. Pull that belly button up and in, push the arms away. Biceps are by your ears, really nice straight arms. Lengthen the body, lengthen the legs and arms. Hold the balance. You'll need your core for this one. And then releasing the arms to shoulder height. Keep the heels lifted. Thumb and index finger joining in Jin Mudra. W shape your arms. Lowering the heels, micro bend your legs, lifting the right foot off the floor. Look at something that's not moving as you slowly turn and look over your shoulder. I always wobble on this side. That's my weaker side. Bending your standing knee, flexing that right foot in your beautiful dancing Lord Shiva. Hold. Pull that belly button up and in to help with your balance. Tap the toe down to help with the balance if you need. And slowly coming back to center, release, giving everything a really, really nice shrug. Beautiful. So we're going to do one last standing balance. Watch your knees on this one. So we're going to start off standing on the right leg. Bring your left heel across the top of the knee, the base of the thigh, hands to heart center. Flex that left foot. And then slowly, slowly start to bend the right knee and sink your hips down. And only come as far as you're comfortable. If you're fine coming down and you can get your left elbow to the left knee, release your hands in front of you. And start folding forwards, bringing fingertips to the floor. Straighten that right knee, chin to chest as you look behind you, holding here. To come out of it, lift your head, look a bit in front of you. Slowly starting to lift your hands back to heart center. And just as slowly, with a wobble or two perhaps, coming back upright to standing up straight. Release. Give everything a shrug, coming to the other side. You don't have to fold forward. It's completely up to you. Rounding your standing leg, right ankle over the knee. I am so wobbly on this side today. I need to work more on this. Drawing hands to heart center, flex that right foot. Sitting back, down in that invisible chair. Move really slowly. Once your elbow hits your knee, folding forwards perhaps. Bringing the hands down onto the mat perhaps. Nice. It's a hard one. Move really slowly. The slower you do this, the better. Fantastic, everyone. Holding here. And then just as slowly bringing the hands back to heart center, joining the rest of us. And just as slowly coming back upright, coming to standing straight and release. So we're nearing the end of our time, so let's bring things down. So you want to stand with your feet roughly as wide as your mat, heels on the mat, toes are off. We're going to come down to a Hindi squat pose. If it's too much for your knees, just come down to sit on the mat with your legs extended long in front of you. Otherwise, you're going to sit in that invisible chair. The wider your heels are, the easier it is to keep your feet flat on the floor as you come to your squat pose. Draw the elbows inside the knees, bring the knees wide. Fantastic squat poses, everyone. Now close your eyes. Relax the tops of the shoulders. Let your bottom just sink down even further. Holding here. And then opening the eyes. Your hands become your brakes to lower your bottom. Extend your legs long in front of you and give those legs a bit of a waggle. Bring your feet together and just do a little test. Can you reach your big toes? If you can't reach your big toes, you'll need your strap around your feet. But if you can touch your toes, you're fine. Move the flesh away from your buttocks. Draw the belly button up and in. Shoulders are staying down. Inhaling, arms out and up. And exhale, hinging from the hips with a little wavy, rocky motion. Bring your hands down to either grab the strap or your toes. Inhale, length into your spine. And exhale, folding forwards, chin to chest, holding here. Relaxing through your lower back. Pulling on your feet, you're keeping a nice long spine here. Legs are long, spine is long. Hold and breathe. And then lifting your head. Walk your hands back up your legs to bring yourselves upright. Point your toes away from you. Hands either side, fingers are forward. We're coming to a reverse plank. If it's too much, come to a reverse tabletop. Otherwise, you're leaning back, you're lifting your hips, you're pointing your toes. Get those hips up really high. Look straight up to the ceiling, support your head on your neck. This is a great one if you want to strengthen your triceps for your chaturangas. Hold here, get those hips up, squeeze your butt cheeks a bit more for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower your bottom, bring your knees wide, cobbler pose. Take your feet, draw your feet in towards you and just give those inner thighs that have worked pretty hard today a little release here. And maybe hinging forwards, elbows to your thighs or shins, and squeezing your knees wider, drop your chin to your chest. Hold here. Slow the breathing down. Maybe counting inhales for 4 and exhales for 4 here. And then lifting your head, pop your props to one side and coming to about halfway down your mat. Bring your arms long in front of you. Drop your chin to your chest as you roll down with control onto your mat. Hug the knees in, give them a squeeze into the chest. A little rock from side to side. Keeping the knees where they are, arms come wide, palms facing up. Close your eyes. Lower your knees to the left, head turns to the right. Taking a little supine twist here. Relax the shoulders. Relax the legs. Now tighten up your core. Draw your knees to center. Legs go to the right, head turns to the left. Holding here. Relax your shoulders, your legs. Relax the hips and your back. Engaging your core, coming back to center and setting up for a very short Shavasana, I'm afraid. We are going to run out of time. Legs can be long or knees can be bent, arms by your side. Close your eyes
Focus on the breath. Take a deep breath in through the nose for 1, 2, 3, and exhale 3, 4. In 2, 3, 4, and out 2. Relax your shoulders. In 2, 3, 4, and exhale. Relax those shoulders. Breathing at your own pace. A few more breaths here. Relax every muscle. And then gently moving your fingers and toes, your wrists and ankles. Slide your legs and feet together. Flex the feet. Reach the arms overhead. Interlace fingers. Push your palms away. Push the heels away. Taking a full body stretch. And then slowly, with love, draw your knees into your chest. Give them a squeeze, a little rock from side to side. And then rolling to one side, using your hands, bringing yourselves up, back to your comfortable cross-legged seat pose. Hands are at heart center. Close the eyes for just a moment. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And as you exhale, draw the tops of the shoulders down. Bringing the hands to the third eye, to heart center, and namaste. Thank you for joining me.